You talked a lot before in our conversation about performance-based partnerships and how do we make sure that we're getting ROI. And that's still, even today, with all the tools we have, from a marketing perspective, it can be very difficult. We're all trained. We know we have to have direct impact on the funnel. We have to have direct impact on revenues, the pipeline. It's measurable. You've got to stand in front of the board, your CFO, right? Everyone is looking for that direct attribution to revenue contribution. So is that easier? How does that work in the world of influencer marketing?
Yeah, that's a great question. So historically, it's still a bit of the Wild West. It's new as a marketing channel. It's been around for a while, but it's new compared to paid search or paid social or email marketing, for example. What's really interesting is creators historically have charged by what they're calling a pay per post. So they're saying, I wrote the content, you owe me money. And I'm putting it on a story, so it's going to cost you this versus a post, which is this. And brands have said, well, that's great because I know that this works, but I can't prove that it works because I'm paying for the content. I don't know what happens after people see the content. And that's where affiliate marketing and partnerships and influencer marketing really play a big role, because now what's available and what's possible and what a lot of brands are leaning into is what we're calling a post plus hybrid payment model, where yes, you're going to pay an upfront fee for the content. They are working, so they deserve to be paid for that. However, you're actually paying them more through what we're calling a performance bonus or affiliate marketing, which is a link that they're promoting, discount link or free shipping or buy one, get one type of link. People click on it. And then when they buy something, the creator gets a commission. So as a creator, would I rather have an upfront payment or would I rather have payment in perpetuity? And while I'm sleeping, a post could potentially raise thousands of dollars or millions of dollars for me in commission. So it helps brands, also creators, it's a no-brainer, but brands are like, okay, finally, I'm only paying commission. I'm only paying based on performance on this one thing happening. The creators know that there's a relationship ahead of time where it's established what the goal of the activation is. And they can then turn back to leadership to say, yeah, I paid this amount of money for the post. However, it's driven this amount of money in sales for us. And because the technology has caught up and because people are leaning into it, it just drives more trust in the channel from an overhead perspective. Because as we know, as marketers and others, in business, it's about the return on the investment. And so this is just a surefire way to be able to prove that it worked or it didn't work, right? But you're only paying if it does work. It's also very foolproof in a lot of ways. I think it's great. Obviously, I think every brand, there's nothing to lose by trying it. People have concerns around brand protection. What are these creators going to say? And so some brands want to script them and they want to say, this is what you say about our brand and this is how you talk about it. And it has to be in this. You get very prescriptive with these creators and influencers, and they don't like that because that's not how they normally talk. And so it doesn't sound authentic. Again, they know how to talk to their audience. They know how to drive engagement. If a brand is telling them this is what I have to say, they're going to sound like a script and it's not going to work. I'd say it's about trust on both sides for the brands and the creators. But creators, as I said, could stand to make a lot more money through this channel, and brands have a lot more confidence in the channel as a result of that.
So do you use influencers to not only links that are there for a purchase, but in the world of B2B, appointment setting, right,
Yep.
is very, very important. Does it work well on both sides? Sometimes it's not going to be a true online purchase, right? You're going to have to talk to somebody. It's a very considered purchase.
Absolutely. So yes, it's a trackable event, essentially. So it's a conversion of some sort. It doesn't have to be a purchase. It could be that you drove traffic, even could be the result, or that you introduced them to a new audience could be the result, or they clicked on something to download something or to fill out a form. Anything can be trackable as an event, not just purchase. I sort of lean into purchase because I think of it as, it would be great if this created a sale for me, but it does more than that too. In addition to, it also drives awareness. And I think that awareness is so underrated, especially in B2B marketing, where we're all held to this very finite line of this is how you must return, and this is the channels must be trackable and all of those things. Some things just make sense. And I think this is one of the things that just makes sense. If someone is looking for you and looking for your product or service, they're going to be looking for other people who have used it. And the more in your face, the more authentic, the more types of creators and partners you work with, the easier they're going to find that content online. Yeah, definitely.